Hey there, this is a solution I created for bulk deleting leads from a list view. I'm using the lead list view in this dev org, and what you're seeing here is a data table in a screen flow. All right, and how I get here is from the lead list view. You go to all open leads, and right over here is my bulk delete button. So if I select leads on this side, click bulk delete, the flow will run, and then I can delete all of these records. All right, and I'm just showing the name and the created date and the data table here. And down here is some display text letting the user know they're going to be deleting some records and the action cannot be reversed. All right, so if I delete them here, there they go. Those 50 lead records are gone. And then I have a success screen here, letting the user go to either back to the list view or to the home page, or they can just use the navigation tabs up here. So let's go and take a look at this in the back end. All right, so this is what the flow looks like in setup. All right, to get the IDs from the button, you're going to want to create a collection text variable and set it for input. Make sure it's input, make sure it's a collection, and make sure it's IDS, just like that. All right, and then if you don't want to display any information from the records, you don't need to get records. But because I am displaying the name and the date, I need to do a get records to get the lead IDs that have been collected in that variable. All right, so I'm going to get all of them. I'm going to choose my fields because I just want the name, the date. I don't need all the other stuff. Just those two fields. I'm going to loop through them, and then eventually we're going to assign them to a collection. All right, once they're in the collection, I'm going to use it in the data table here in the screen. So here's my collection variable from the assignment, and I'm just going to display the name and the created date. So they show up just like that. And the data table is right over here on the sidebar. So that's what I'm using, and then display text down here. All right, after the first screen, I'm going to do another assignment, and I'm going to use the selected rows. I'm going to use the operator of equal count, and I'm going to use a created variable, number variable, and it's going to count the amount of rows. That's how I know that there was 50 in there. I'm going to use that in the final screen. I'm also going to use the selected rows in the delete records. I have a fault path connected here with a fault handler subflow that's going to show a screen in the event that a fault happens to let the user know there was an issue. In the final screen you saw, we have a couple of links to redirect, and we have our little variable there with the row count. All right, and I'm not showing the buttons on the bottom for pause or previous or finish because the previous won't help us out, and the finish will just send the user back to the data table with no information in there. All right, and here we can delete up to 200 records, but no more than that at one time. It's still much faster than doing one at a time, since there is no mass delete on the list view. And this solution is working in place of the old JavaScript buttons, which do not work on Lightning. All right, so you can see here I can only pick 200. I can't do any more than that. So we're going to bulk delete these records here. And there they go. That's how I did it. Thanks for watching.